What if I told you that Marie Moreau just unlocked a power that could change everything we know about the world of the boys? For 2 seasons now, Gen V has been teasing the potential of Marie's blood manipulation abilities, giving us glimpses of just how strong she could become if she ever truly tapped into her full potential. But in Season 2's latest episode, The Kids Are Not All Right, that tease became a full-on revelation. Marie didn't just level up her powers, she discovered a new ability that could literally reshape the future of Gen V and directly impact The Boys Season 5. And this is not an exaggeration. We're talking about a power upgrade that could rival Homelander himself, or at the very least give the Resistance a fighting chance against him. So, what exactly happened in this episode that makes Marie's power upgrade so monumental? Well, the setup takes us back to Elmira, a location that fans of Gen V already associate with trauma, manipulation, and dark experiments. Marie and her friends return there in an attempt to break Kate out of the facility, hoping to rescue one of their own. But in classic The Boys universe fashion, nothing ever goes smoothly. Instead of freeing Kate, they end up getting imprisoned themselves, once again pawns in a game they barely understand. And at the center of this manipulation is Cypher, the mysterious figure who has been pulling strings all season long. Cypher uses this entire situation as yet another opportunity to push Marie and her friends to their limits. That's been his game since episode 1, testing them, forcing them into impossible situations and seeing how far they can go before they break. But in this episode, he takes things further than ever by involving Marie's sister, Annabeth. This is the reunion fans have been waiting for, because Annabeth has been teased since Season 1 as an important part of Marie's backstory. Their relationship has been filled with trauma and distance, and seeing them finally cross paths should have been a moment of healing. Instead, Cypher twists it into something far darker, using Annabeth as leverage to push Marie into unlocking even more of her potential. But here's where it gets brutal. Annabeth's arrival doesn't bring joy, it brings tragedy. By the end of The Kids Are Not All Right, Annabeth is fatally wounded, left bleeding out on the floor. For a moment, it looks like all hope is lost. Marie finds her sister's body, devastated, consumed by grief, and convinced that she's too late. It's a gut-wrenching moment because we know how much Marie has longed for this reunion, and to have it end this way feels unbearably cruel. But that heartbreak becomes the catalyst for one of the most important power upgrades we've seen in this franchise so far. In her grief and desperation, Marie taps into a side of her powers we've never seen before. Instead of using her blood manipulation to attack or defend, she uses it to heal. She takes control of Annabeth's blood, channeling every ounce of her willpower into repairing the damage and literally bringing her sister back to life. That's right. Marie Moreau can heal people. She doesn't just manipulate blood for combat. She can use it to reverse death itself. And in a universe where even the strongest have limits, this is a game changer. Of course, this revelation comes with complications. For one, the process of healing Annabeth isn't clean or easy. As Marie channels her power, everyone around her begins to feel the effects. Her friends start experiencing pain, nosebleeds, and a kind of sympathetic suffering, as if Marie's healing ability doesn't just draw on her own strength, but on the life force of those nearby. That raises a ton of questions about what this power really costs. Is she simply manipulating Annabeth's blood back into working order? Or is she redistributing energy and vitality from everyone around her to make it possible? If that's the case, then her healing ability could come with devastating consequences. Saving one life might always mean hurting others. Still, the fact that Marie can even do this at all elevates her status within the boys' universe. Up until now, she's been positioned as a promising young soup with raw power and potential, but with this new ability, she might actually be one of the strongest soups alive. Think about it. Homelander can fly, shoot lasers, and intimidate with brute strength, but he can't heal people. Soldier Boy had explosive, destructive power, but he couldn't reverse death. Even Queen Maeve, with all her resilience, couldn't come close to something like this. Marie now holds an ability that could fundamentally alter the balance of power. And that's why this development isn't just important for Gen V. It has huge implications for The Boys Season 5. We already know that Prime Video is building toward a crossover between the spin-off and the main show. Characters and storylines are starting to bleed together, pun very much intended. If Marie truly masters this healing power, she could play a critical role in the fight against Homelander. Imagine a scenario where Butcher or the boys suffer devastating injuries in their battle against him, only to be saved by Marie. Or worse, Imagine Homelander realizing that Marie's ability could make her indispensable, not just to the Resistance, but to him. If he ever found a way to control her or force her to use her powers for his benefit, she could make him effectively unstoppable. This raises another important point. Marie's powers don't come without personal cost. In this episode, we see that healing Annabeth nearly breaks her, both physically and emotionally. She's not just flexing her power, she's pushing herself to the brink of collapse. And while she succeeds in reviving her sister, the show makes it clear that this isn't a neat solution. The pain her friends experience during the process shows that she doesn't fully understand or control this aspect of her ability yet. If genv continues to focus on the theme of power coming with consequences, then Marie's healing might become a double-edged sword, a gift that could save countless lives, but also cause suffering in ways she doesn't intend. And let's not forget the psychological aspect of this. Marie has always been haunted by her relationship with blood. Her powers are tied to the very thing that caused her family trauma in the first place. Healing Annabeth with blood manipulation reframes that trauma in a new way. For the first time, her powers aren't just a curse or a weapon. They're a source of salvation that has to shift the way she sees herself. And it might also shift the way others see her. Instead of being feared, she could be revered. But reverence can be just as dangerous as fear in a world as corrupt as this one. Cypher's role in all this can't be ignored either. He's the one who engineered the circumstances that forced Marie to reach this new level. Whether you see him as a manipulative villain or a twisted mentor, his influence is undeniable. He seems to know exactly what Marie is capable of, and he's determined to bring it out of her, no matter the cost. By using Annabeth as leverage, he forced Marie to unlock a power that might never have surfaced otherwise. And that means Cypher is still central to this story. He's not just testing Marie's strength, he's shaping her destiny. The episode also plants seeds of foreshadowing that this healing ability will come back in a big way. You don't introduce a power like this and then never use it again. Whether it's saving a teammate, turning the tide in a battle, or playing a role in Homelander's eventual downfall, Marie's new ability is clearly designed to pay off later. And with The Boys Season 5 on the horizon, it feels almost inevitable that this power upgrade will carry over into the main show. After all, Prime Video has made it clear that Gen V isn't just a side story. It's essential to the bigger narrative. By the end of The Kids Are Not Alright, one thing is clear. Marie Moreau is no longer just a promising young soup trying to find her place in the world. She's a game changer. Her ability to heal sets her apart from everyone else, and it positions her as a key figure in the battles to come. Whether she uses that power for good, whether she learns to control its costs, and whether she survives Cypher's manipulations, those are the questions that will drive not just the rest of Gen V Season 2, but potentially the entire direction of The Boys moving forward. So if you're watching this episode thinking it's just another twist in Marie's story, think again. This isn't just a twist, it's a transformation. And it's one that could ripple across the entire universe of The Boys. From Godolkin to New York to wherever Homelander decides to unleash his next act of terror. For the first time, there's a real sense that someone might actually have the power to stand up to him, not with brute force, but with something he can't replicate: the ability to give life back.